I put on a show when I come to your town. Sold out arenas, I shut the stage down. There's no looking back, came this far. Going to the top, I'm reaching for the stars. Put on a show when I come to your town. Sold out arenas, I shut the stage down. There's no looking back, came this far. Going to the top, I'm reaching for the stars.
I'd like to welcome you to my fucking grand opening. The way I attack this track is gonna be hard to compete with it.
So you're probably wondering, since I'm trying to promote this, I'm trying to get, you know, the next single out for the album, how the hell is it coming out so soon? Well, the thing is, I made Callback, so quick rundown, I made Callback in my time of waiting to get called back for a job. I was just sitting there, I'm waiting, I'm thinking, let me think of a cool name for this mixtape, and Callback made sense. It's funny, the day I got my mic, the next day I got an interview, and then I got the job. So, with that, I'm like, well, shit, I want to redo everything with the new mic. On top of that, I have all these old tracks, though, that I want to kind of get out there, and I kind of just want to put out there. I don't want them to go to waste, because there's some tracks I didn't want to remake, and I thought came out pretty good with the old mic. So that's what I basically have here is Callback. It's a short track list, and I'm just going to give you a rundown of each song and my thoughts on what I was creating them, like what I was thinking about, and what they're basically about. So with that, let's get on to the show, which is the opening to the Callback. And when I made this song, in my thought process, I wanted to make something where it's like, come on, we're opening the album. I wanted to make it very different than the last opening. The last opening was very soft and more of storytelling about how we got here. And this one's more of, you know, not party by any means, but just more of an opening. And I think the positives of this track, in my opinion, is that it gives you that real opening feel. Like, this is the opening of the album. But at the same time, it felt very choppy. My flow is very choppy and different than the rest of the album, and I think I did that on purpose. I wanted to give a different vibe to it than the rest of the records. I don't know if it'll work. Some people might think it's garbage. I thought it was okay. The lyrics are okay. I didn't really want to be meaningful. I just kind of want to be like these punchline tracks, but they're not like punchlines like Little Waiter. They're just basically finishing lines and so on. So overall, the show was a fun album to make. I mean, fun track to make, but I don't feel that it's one of the better tracks on this. But it was definitely felt like a good opening, and that's what I was going for. So with the show, that's what you get.
I want you to just vibe with me for a minute. If you lost or stuck and you ain't sure what to pursue, cause I got these ideas, crazy thoughts forming there, and people think I don't care cause they see my empty glass, but
Hatred is the second track on the album, and actually this was the first track that I made a chorus for this album, for Callback, for any of the track. I haven't made a chorus for a song since like high school, so this was kind of cool, and I didn't write this chorus down, it just came to me. I liked the way I vibed to this beat, and I was basically putting my emotions into whenever I'm angry or worried, and I think that's why the chorus is so good to me. I don't know if it'll be good to anybody else, but to me it really worked, and I really liked line, I can't survive here, this world's hatred, the more I live in it, the more I hate it. And to me that was just so true, and I think that's when my best comes out, is when I'm true to what I'm trying to say. But anyway, the chorus is very meaningful. The first verse is basically about death and dealing with the idea of losing people, and I thought that was a cool way of basically giving my vibe. I haven't really lost anyone really close, maybe my grandfather, but nobody close like one of my friends. And it does frighten me when I lose these people. What will I think? I don't think I'll be able to cope with it. You know, people say they do, but I don't think I can. So I thought the first verse was really good for what I was trying to go for it. And then you have the second verse. The second verse is more about being alone, and that you hate this feeling of not darkness, but kind of despair that's in this world, that's just so dead, dreadful. And I feel like I'm alone. I have friends that I can rely on, but at times I feel like I can't even speak to them, or I can't form these thoughts, because if I do, they won't want to hear it, or they won't believe me, I don't know. It's just that's at that point. And then the little bit of the end of the verse is just being alone again. And it really, you know, that just getting my personal vibe. I think a lot of people can relate to this at points in their life. So that's what Hatred is. I really, this is probably one of my favorite tracks I've ever made, and I really love it. So I hope you enjoy it too.
But the second I want to get something in return, I go to you to reach out, and that's when you turn. I ask for backup, you don't even fucking show up. Then I ask for help, but you only thinking of yourself. I trusted you this whole time, but you left from the get-go. Even when I catch you in the lie, you just say no.
But Loyalty. Loyalty came out a lot better in my mind than it actually came out on track. I don't think it's a bad track. I think the chorus kind of sucks. I was trying to make it a, you know, an anthem kind of thing, you know, where you say a word and then you rhyme with it, but it just, I couldn't get the right beat. I couldn't get the right feeling. The two verses I created for the song, though, I felt were pretty good. It's basically everybody's been through this. You've had friends who betray you. And it really pisses you off. And I don't blame you. I've been there to have that bullshit happen to me. And really, that's what the song is about. The first verse is about betraying me. And then the second verse is about getting back at you. And it's basically what that feeling is when you're betrayed. And loyalty means shit to people and stuff like that. So Loyalty came out okay. I think it was a decent.
I'm sitting back in my car and I'm just thinking, the wind's blowing against me and these thoughts are sinking. I'm smiling at the world, what an amazing weekend. And my head hurts from the shots, but that's part of the drinking. That's part of the fun, being able to enjoy life. I work hard to get to this point and it's my right.
This Life is Nice was a beat I loved right when I heard it. It just caught on me. I was like, oh, I love this beat. And I really wanted to rap it with someone because, you know, everybody has, you know, different outlooks on life. And, you know, my first verse was semi-personal. Actually, it was very personal. I was talking about being kicked out of school, by getting rejected, by, you know, all that good stuff that sucks in life. And then I basically let one of my YouTube followers contact me, say he would love to rap with me, so I gave him a chance. And I thought Max came really good. He basically rapped a very personal verse about his father and really came out good. It really vibed with the song. And I think the reason it did is because this song is like, it's a beautiful life. And, you know, cherish it. And Max came with this, you know, heartfelt verse that really captured the feel of it. And how in the end he's just basically like, fuck you. And this is my life now. This is how I'm living. I'm living good now. And you fucked up because you live it terrible. And that was a good twist on mine, which was basically more about, you know, finally after all this shit that sucks, it's turned good. And then my last verse, I cover quickly some of the personal problems in my life that I had to endure. And then I just finish it off with, you know, fuck you. We're doing good in life. So I thought it was a good song. I really vibed to it. And I hope you enjoy that one.
He's back at it, he's never lacking it, he just blacked out on it. He's back on track, ready to spit, now watch him just flip back to slow flow. Really, he's just here to show you that he can go fast or slow. That's how he rolls though. I released my first album and I saw someone boom, got me riled up.
Shut up. I created this track because I wanted to sound totally different than my last album. It was the first track I made after 3 months of not rapping, and I thought it came out pretty good. I like my flow on it. Some people disagree, but I thought it was very easy, you know, and it's very easy to, you know, kind of rap with it. I didn't try to put too many hardcore punchlines. It was just a fun track to make. I don't love the chorus. I like the idea that I had, but with that mic I had, it just didn't work. So I think it's a decent track. I hope you like it. It's more of like a hyped up track than anything. But it came out decent, and Shut Up definitely has its moments.
I started to lose hope, do you really still love me? Cause I can't feel it anymore, it's just a memory. I want nothing for you but true happiness. But when do I get some love in return for this? I give you everything, in return ask for nothing. I'm like the boyfriend, but never beg for fucking. It fucking sucks, and I keep these songs to myself. I keep the thoughts to myself, but it doesn't help.
It is my absolute favorite track I made in the whole process with Callback. I made 18 tracks. This is my favorite one I've made. Truth or Lie basically covers a lot of stories. The chorus is my favorite I've ever made. It's very true. It's basically saying, should I ignore the truth? Should I tell you the truth? It'll change everything. But should I just ignore it so that you're happy? I'm fucking miserable, but at least you're happy. Should I do that for you? And the verses. The first verse tells the story of basically... It could be a lot of examples. The example I use is basically... I'm the person. I'm just making these. All three verses are different. So this story, the first verse is given this vibe where I'm giving you everything. I'm doing everything for you, and yet you're not giving me that 100% back. You have somebody else that you love, and you can't give me that, despite me treating you better, despite me not begging for shit, despite me want to tell you everything, and you just won't give me everything. It's a secret, and I know people have been through this. So I really love that first verse. I really want to give that truth or lie feel. Like, should I just give up on it, or should I fucking pursue it? Should I just tell this person that you gotta love me back or it's over? So I thought it was really cool. So the second verse I really liked because it's basically mixing the trust point of it with working on the career. And it's like, we're fighting so much now. Is it worth even being together? Maybe I should just focus on something else instead of you. And then, I'm asking other people for advice now, but nobody answers. So fuck them. And it's just kind of combining all that feeling when, you're not sure if you should stay in a relationship. And you're not sure what you're doing there. And I thought that really covered a lot of people's relationships these days. And I thought... I don't know what was really going through my head. I was just thinking, I was taking other people's problems and putting it in that. With the third verse, it's just like, you give me so much fucking anger, and you treat me like shit, and I'm the best thing that could happen to you. And that was my favorite verse, right? Or one of my favorite. I liked all three, but this was my favorite because I really was just like, all this time I'm giving you everything I got. I'm giving you my love, blah, 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 blah. And all you could do is give me shit. And then it's like, fuck you, man. I'm going to give up on you because I'm worth more than you. So overall, Truth or Lie was definitely my favorite track to create. I thought it was the most truthful. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating it. And, yeah, definitely my favorite track that I created.
No, this ain't no stunt, I truly don't give a fuck. You never seen such a dark, nasty, evil, sick rap. Yeah, that's what I made, it's my evil little trap. So fuck Kanye, this is my dark, beautiful, twisted fantasy. And my fantasies are darker than anyone could believe.
I'm very much inspired by the DMX, Eminem type rap. It's the more hardcore yelling from DMX and Eminem's sick humor. Fear was a basically track I kind of want to create just to have fun with. It's basically about a serial killer. The first verse is very fun to create. I switched from voices from my regular voice to the more robotic voice, and I think it really works. It keeps up the flow a little different. I think with my robotic voice, I go a little quicker and a little da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whereas the normal voice, I'm more just normal me. So it mixes up and feels really good. There's a few funny lines in the song. I had fun creating it. I guess you could consider a filler track, if anything. I don't think it's a bad track. I think my flow is actually pretty good at certain points. But overall, it's just actually a fun track to create. And once in a while, that was all we're going to have in the album.
Join, it's time to jump back into the ring. I'm ready to give it my all, don't have the option to fail. Before I used to stall, can't too much and turn tail. All I wanted was truth, stop the fucking lies. When you lie, see through your disguise, cause of your eyes.
The point is basically the closing of the album. And I think this is a good song. It's actually the second song I made for the album, but at the same time, I had so much feeling in this track. The point of no return is basically at this point, I'm not looking back anymore. I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck everybody who hates me. This is what my mission is. I've been through this shit, but no more of this pity shit. This is what I am. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move on. I'm going to be strong. And that's what I got from the point. And I think it was a perfect way to close out this callback, because at the end of the day, this is how I got my job. So the callback's done. I got my callback. I got the job. And this is the point of no return. I got it. So let's move on. Let's move forward. So I really think the point was a great way to close this album. And I really, really love this chorus. It's a very nice chorus that goes along with the beat. So overall, I hope you really enjoyed the album. I hope that, well, mixtape, I hope that it provides some enjoyment for you. If not, well, Sorry for you. Please, by all means, tell me your favorite track and your least favorite track. I always like to compare who likes what. If you don't like any of it, well, then you don't like any of it. But if you like some of it, tell me if you do. And hopefully you enjoyed at least a good portion of it. Okay, I'm out. Enjoy the mixtape and expect the third mixtape, which is with the new mic, and that will be called The Interview. Yes. And I'm really focusing on this one. This one is going to be good, I promise you. But this was pretty good, so tell me what you guys think.